It is so wild and fascinating to me how at a certain point on a spiritual path, everything becomes a fractal, a mirror, a reflection, a parallel. Maybe it's always like that. It's just that I'm more aware of it now. So last night I watched Star Trek Generations. So in this film, the main thrust of the plot is that Malcolm McDowell's character is trying to return to something called the Nexus. The Nexus is a massive pulsating electromagnetic anomaly moving through the universe on a certain course, and that when one crosses the threshold of the Nexus, they can remain in eternal bliss for the rest of their lives if they choose. They can revisit memories from throughout their life, and they can basically stay in a permanent state of happiness. This is the villain's only motive. He is so obsessed with returning to the state of eternal bliss that he does not care who gets in his way, who he harms and kills in order to return. But at the end of the day, the dude is just trying to return to that universal oneness that the Nexus is representative of. And what's so wild to me though is that, like, the writers of this film back in the early 90s, presumably they were just trying to come up with a cool sci-fi concept that was new and different from anything they had done in a previous Star Trek episode or film. But it's like, without even realizing it, perhaps they've written such a direct metaphor for samadhi, for realization, for awakening, for enlightenment, and that sort of thing gets embedded in people's subconscious, that all of this is the universe communicating with us. And I'm like, man, that's fucking weird, because lately I've been being fed all this content on the algorithm about, the simulation theory or prompt theory. And it's like, I don't know how much I per se buy into any of that. I think it's all kind of true. I don't really know. It's like, it doesn't really matter. On some level, it's all kind of true. But it just fascinates me the way that at this point in life, it's like every book that I read or every film that I watch or every line of music that I happen to hear or every person that I pass in the park, it's like I'll pick up on these little glimpses of conversation, and it all has some kind of reflection or parallel to what I'm thinking about or what I'm experiencing or what I am, the way I'm viewing the universe now. All of it fractals out and reflects back to me. And I wonder if this is true for you too.